So I'm back. I've been gone for about 9 months now, and that's kind of bullshit. Where have I been? What have I been up to? Why am I off doing other things? Well, I'm too important in college now to make a video here and there? Yes, but that's not the point. The point today is we're talking about bullshit, specifically On Bullshit by Frankfurt. So, why is this my coming back video? Because it's short, easy, and I want to try a new format. So On Bullshit is an interesting philosophical read. This one dude in mid-2000s, I want to say, was like, hey, we never talk about bullshit. We talk about lying. We study lying in philosophy. We've never really studied bullshit, and they are different topics. Lying is serious. Bullshitting is not. People care more if you're lying to their face than if you're making up a bullshit story. But also, isn't bullshit kind of lying? What's the difference here? So he starts off by delving into a kind of old-timey word, a humbug. You know, from bah humbug, fuck Christmas type of vibes. He goes like, hey, this word is similar. It's kind of saying, that's false, that's fake. And he's like, maybe this originates and turns into bullshit. Then we kind of ignore that for a little while. He spent a good 20 pages on it. I'm spending a good 5 sentences on it. We get to the idea of bullshit. What is bullshit and why is it different from lying? When you're lying, you care about the truth. You care about being factual, even if you are making shit up. You want people to believe there's an objective reality, and you care about that objective reality, and you're portraying that objective reality, even though that objective reality does not really exist. If you're bullshitting, however, nah. You don't care if there's an objective reality. You don't care if there's a truth. What you care about is how people perceive your state of mind. So, for example, let's say it's a 4th of July speech. You know, I'm a communist, I'm very patriotic, and I'm giving a big spiel about how amazing America is. Our forefathers died for this country. They built this from the ground up. They were gods among men. I'm full of such bullshit saying that. I don't actually think that's true. You don't actually think that's true. I'm not trying to make that true, but I am trying to lie to you about how I'm thinking. When it comes to bullshit, Frankfurt says it's not really about if it's factual or not. That part doesn't matter. It's how it's made. It's like counterfeit. You don't care if a counterfeit dollar looks exactly like a dollar. You care if it was made by the US or some dude in his basement. And bullshitting is some dude making stuff in his basement. It can look correct. You don't care if it looks correct though. Your goal is to deceive, is to lie, is to cheat, and is to make someone think how you perceive yourself in your mind is different from how you actually do. And that's bullshit. And bullshit may be more dangerous than lying. If you're lying, you care about the truth. You care that there is a truth out there even if you're trying to obscure it. With bullshit, you don't care about the truth. So if you are great at making shit up and bullshitting things, you do not need to know the truth. And a society built on bullshit has no objective truth to build off of. A society built on lying at least has some truth hidden away. Bullshit doesn't care if it's hidden away. It doesn't need to be there. That's the key difference. And now, why is bullshit so attractive? If you have to lie or bullshit, it's generally better if you bullshit. Now, Frankfurt says it's because it's more artistic. Because you don't care about the truth, you can be more fanciful with your words. You can sound pompous as all hell and be like, I was as sick as a dog who got ran over on Tuesday. And that's kind of bullshit. You don't care. You don't actually care about being factual with being as sick as a dog who did that. You just want people to think your mind like that. But I disagree about it being more artful why people do it. I think it's just easier. You don't have to think, okay, is this true? Does this make sense? Does this fit with what they might know? You can cut out that metacognition when you're thinking about what other people think, and you can instead just say shit. You can just say something. You can make it artsy, you can make it not, and I think that's why people go for it. Because it's easier. It's a lot easier to bullshit something than it is to be factual, and than it is to lie. So yeah, that's On Bullshit. That's the summary of it. And well, it was a fun read. If you haven't, definitely read it. It's about 60-70 pages, but super short pages. Should take you about an hour or less. It took me about 40 minutes while taking down notes. So highly recommend, highly go for it. And I promise that part of this video is not bullshit. And great seeing y'all around. Hope to catch you again. Noah out.